Guys, we have a planet to live on now that we can communicate truthfully. I can talk about the truth and the restoration of the Gospels right here in New Mexico, and within a matter of seconds, someone in Tehran can watch it. Someone in Tokyo can watch it. Someone in Seoul, Korea can watch it. Within seconds, a matter of seconds. 20, 30 seconds, half a minute. Okay. So that's pretty neat. If I ever like Xbox Live or Facebook Live or whatever and stuff, and I was talking, within 20, 30 seconds, someone could be watching the delay of my broadcast and go, wow, this guy's the guy from the book of Revelation. We can live the Lord's Prayer now worldwide, and we don't have to invent a narrative to engage in psychotic propaganda, continue bad thinking, bad actions, getting in a car, driving to a job, getting a check and having to pay somebody who says they own my house, they own my time. We can live the ways of Father Abraham right now. Right. We have the capacity to sit there and say, hey, let's build this couple an adobe house and let's put some solar panels on it. Let's make sure we have a basement so the refrigeration unit doesn't have to run so much. It can keep their food. Let's make sure that we're not charging money for the water because money's not real. Let's restore the ecosystem, make sure the water's healthy and rolling full. So sure it's full of petroleum and carbon emission products and stuff like that. So let's do this. Let's take care. We don't need money to set aside to say this is a natural park. Let's go pick up the pieces of plastic and garbage and paper all over that were thrown because we were holding food hostage and it was put in a package at a corporation. And how many units have you sold? And you've done $2 million in advertising. So you only made $30,000 after you sold 3 million golf tees, and you're selling them for $25 for 8 of them, and it only cost $4 to make 200 of them. Okay, let me see. Now I got to get into this. I got to get a lot of money. I'm a shark. Right? And then the shark will lead you to Hawaii from Bora Bora. Right? You do know that's just people trying to explain things that they have trouble understanding because of things they're doing incorrectly, because they don't understand the true balance and harmony and beauty of the laws of nature. They think, if I can get away with something, I can do it. And you're not getting away with something. When you choose to force yourself on someone, when you choose to rape, not just sexually, but mentally and emotionally and psychologically, okay, you don't get away with that. You invent the conditions for this rape to be acceptable. It's called philanthropy. It's called commerce. It's called economy. All right. Those people want those beaver hats. So let's go mass kill all the beaver. Then what happens? Then it's replaced by a silk hat, which is a worm in another part of the world. And it's just fucking crazy, right? And then they keep replicating this stuff. Charlton Heston goes off to French Guiana to get pineapple to dominate the market of Hawaii because the pineapple gets even more money than the sugar cane, right? And you're sitting there watching this going, oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is not almighty. No, Jesus Christ is the light and the way to the truth of the faith in the real word, in real God, the real meaning of the word God. Okay. That's who Jesus Christ is. Krishna knows it, Buddha knows it, Confucius knows it, Tao knows it, right? Cochise knows it. right? Kamehameha knows it. Quatomic knows it. Juan Diego knows it, right? That the Christ is the one like Daniel and Moses and Joseph and Malachi, you know. You can't invent a God. You can't make up your own religion. Your religion has to be faith based on reality and understanding reality and the eternity of reality and why it's wise to be fruitful, multiply in holy covenants so we can continue to be faithful people that are not mental, emotional, sexual, psychological rapists with drugs and industry and technology to maintain this rape, right? You know what I'm saying? So you guys want to sing some more Charlie Pride? Okay. I like in the middle of nowhere a little bit better than a Mama, I'm Not the Boy I Used to Be, but they're both good. But everybody else loved Charlie Pride. I love Charlie Pride. He's one of my favorites. I have tons of Charlie Pride on my MP3 player. Yeah. And I did not know that I Know One was a Jim Reeves song. I went and listened to it. God, Jim Reeves sings it. Well, of course, Jim Reeves sings it good. Jim Reeves has a wonderful voice. When all your loves have ended, when all your friends have flown, who'll be around to want you when all your loves have gone? Only a fool would do it after the way you've done. But if you need a fool to forgive you, I know one. This fool keeps wondering why he fell in love at all. But you might need this fool around in case you call. After the party's over. Yeah, my old Amy Sue. Just about every Charlie Pride song reminds me of my Amy Sue. Snakes Crawl at Night. I Know One. What's the other one that really reminds me of her? The girl. Let the Chips Fall. Yeah. The girl that I married is just half a wife, but tonight I will follow her and let the chips fall. And fortunately, I had Jesus in my head, or I'll call ahead, or they'll get all stupid in Wyoming, and you'll have to physically hurt and possibly kill somebody with their stupid guns and stuff. And we don't want that to happen, because you know me, you know. I'll kill you. If you bring a gun to kill me, you better know how to use it, or I'll use it to stop you. They turn into a ghost. Hey, look, it's a ghost. It's a little Mexican drug dealer scared of his own shadow. He just met his own shadow. Hi. Yeah, I walked through the valley of the shadow of death, but I will feel no evil, for you're always with me. I was saying that yesterday when I was cutting all the poisoned weeds. When I was cutting out there, listening to my music. Yeah, I walked because I had a little wraith. I was just slashing them and cutting them. Yeah, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, yet I fear no evil, for you are always with me. Life's eternal and grace is infinite, and the faith of Father Adam, that we all live through the example of Father Jesus in the Roman Empire is perfect, right? No, Jesus is not saying that he's replacing the Romans as gods. He's saying that there is no God but God, and God is not begotten, nor is God begotten. God always is, always has been, and always will be. And he has the faith of Genesis. And if you have the faith of Genesis, you will no longer turn God into a possessive pronoun and first person in your head that's a cartoon character that you think is better than me, and I need him to save me from me because I'm not good enough to save me from me. But I'm good enough to save you from us. What? What are you talking about, you from us? Aren't you supposed to say us from you? No, you from us. You know, save you from us. Don't you need saving from Malachi, David, Adam, Moses, John, Ruth, Esther, Muhammad, Khadijah? Don't you need saving from us? You? Hey there, you with the stars in your eyes. You're speaking in riddles. Maybe I'm a Batman villain. What do I know? I'm insane. I don't have any money to pay people to live here, and I'm a complete failure. Dropped out of school because I didn't think I needed money to live here. Because all you need is love. Help save us from the Beatles. You're funny. I can't help myself. It's what I do. But you're not discovering anything. You're just listening to stuff that people were confused and making money over music and are still doing it, right? So what you're talking about ain't really nothing new, right? It's just another limerick for money, right? Guys, forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful, peace. Okay. There's nothing difficult about understanding the application of physics of those linguistics, right? So, we made quantum computing because there's no secrets. Okay, there's no secrets. Okay. It's no secret that we forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful, peace, that you will live in eternal, faithful peace because you're not extorting and exploiting and being clever to tell smart people secrets. Because truth is evident, lies obvious. Boom, there you go. Right. And then they had this video of this guy, this Walker guy in Georgia, stole his mom's car, was inebriated. Cops told him to get out of the car because the car was reported stolen. He takes off. He does all this. He goes through traffic. He tears up people's cars. He puts people's lives at risk, driving erratically. He pisses off all the cops. He tells the cops, "You guys were hard on me, but I deserved it." So, okay. Then after the end of the video, the guy sits there and says, because of linguistics and the Constitution and all that bullshit that they invent, they call laws, goes, Mark Walker is innocent until proven guilty. It's like, no, that dude's guilty. Okay. Of all the charges they said that he was charged with, at the end of the video, he was guilty of all of them. He even said so on camera. Wasn't him. We saw the marks on his shoulder. So you don't sit there and say that. He's innocent until proven guilty. That's not true. That is not true. We all sat and watched it, and he admitted it on camera. He's guilty. You don't need to sit him down and son of an asshole says, I'm like King Solomon. I sentence you to this amount of time in incarceration and indoctrination and whatever, And then they all sit there, this person's going to have to pay back $2.5 million. Okay, she's incarcerated. Where's she going? Well, you get online and you start inventing crypto and mining Bitcoin, and then you pay it to all the people that think it's real on their phones. Missy, you be a productive citizen while you're being incarcerated and in socialization with indoctrination, right? It's like, gosh, damn, these people are dumb. Hi, we're inventing laws. We're calling it creation. We're being creative. I don't think you understand what the word creation means. Creation, your creation. Okay. You were not invented by two assholes in a lab that have turned you into Pinky in the brain, right? Your creation. Okay. You are alive before human perception of manipulation, okay, of creation, which is taking creation and then saying, I created life. No, you didn't, Dr. Von Frankenstein, von Dingleberry, Dinglebuck. You're merely manipulating the matter that is already there before your capacity to invent and then manipulate creation and see yourself as I am God, Dr. Frankenstein. Do you understand? Okay. Just because you can take these cells, okay, and put them in an invention, and then clone these cells, where this one was, this one's sick, it's physically shutting down because of chemical toxins and stuff, and you clean out the river, and then you clone it, and now it's physically doesn't have the same torture and toxins that the previous molecular structure was forced to endure. Doesn't make you God, dumbass. Okay? If they invent a wormhole, get in a Parsons Aeronautics craft, use technology to make people, they can't make out these people. They look like angels, or they could even pretend to be angels. They could pretend to be the boys, going back and using stem cell research to take Jesus, he's alive, and move him through a wormhole to the year 3000. Do you still believe in Jesus Christ? Do you still believe in his faith? Do you still have faith in the infinite glory of God? Well, then congratulations, you're a Christian Muslim, or a Muslim Christian. Arabic, English, both works, right? But money's not real. It's a human invention to distract idiots, to make them think they're successful at distracting idiots into believing this is, you need this to live. Okay, I need rocks with dead people's portraits to back up the rocks in order to have pineapple. But that's not you, damn you. I told there to be no shooting. Hey, you get a bag full of pineapples or I'll leave you here. It's like, God damn, he's a horrible person. James Mitchell's building Hawaii, right? And then it leads to eat, though eat, and like food go out of style. And Murder, She Wrote being the crazy plantation Georgian mother of Elvis that's not his real mom, right? Okay. Rock-a-hula, rock, be rock, rock-a-hula, rock. And he's going to marry a half Hawaiian girl, but she doesn't lose her mind like Charlton Heston's wife, who's only 1/4 Hawaiian, loses hers. A hula rock, a rock-a-hula loo. Because she wants to live like her ancestors. She doesn't want to fight like hell for things she doesn't need. So that 4th Hawaiian in her is going, I don't want to be like your crazy rackadoodle relatives that have more than they need and destroy everything they need having what they want. I just want to go back to the old ways. You know, we got everything we need right here. I got a grass hut. I got, 4 hungry children and a crop in the field. I've had some bad times, lived through some sad times. Just throw out a net and next thing you know, you got a looky out. And it happens, yeah. But then it stopped happening. What happened? Gordon's fishermen came in. Captain Ahab came in. All right. Where before they could just go a few miles offshore where it's safe, throw in a net, whoom, and come back with, and have boats to watch and have people look out. Okay, hungry shark, hungry shark, Ray Schneider, open my smile, you son of a bitch. Please tell me where to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. I had a little drink about an hour ago, and it's finally getting to my head. Did you ever see that movie? I watched the last portion of it after we watched the movie and then went and sit in the aisleway where Linda was watching it, waiting for Linda to come out. So I saw the last portion of Jaws when they, when Roy Schneider says, smile, you son of a bitch, and he goes for that tank, and it blows up the shark when he shoots the rifle at the tank simultaneously when the shark goes to bite the tank. And he was moving the tank because it was on the line. And Richard Dreyfuss is okay because he hid from the shark. But Quinn got bit in half and chewed up and eaten. He didn't get home. The mighty Quinn, he got ate by the big shark. And ever since then, Steven Spielberg's been a legend. Was it Spielberg who did Jaws? Dun-dun-dun-dun. Was that Elmer Bernstein or John Williams who did the music? Dun-dun-dun-dun. And they have the lady sitting there skinny dipping and the shark comes up and eats her. Well, that's terrible. That's creepy. I think she was drunk, So what's the lesson? Don't go swimming in the ocean when you're drunk. And, it's just, if you can't see the shark, it's, and they say most shark attacks happen in about 3 feet of water. Yeah. You don't have to be out there skinny dipping all alone, and, the sharks eating you, and especially if they're big, that's a really big possibility. So is recreation worth getting eaten? Is recreation worth getting eaten? The Donner Party, they weren't recreating. They were trying to get away from excessive exploitation, extortion to try to live a life free from that excessive. And then they just lost all their humanity and morality because they just thought they went to hell up on those mountains in the Sierra Nevadas and stuff. 6 foot of snow came in or whatever it was, and it was just like, we're just going to die here. We'll use our relatives' bodies to try to survive, so when we do come out, we don't have to go back there, and we can go to Oregon, and we can have our land free from being abused, and the native people there are kind. Right? Because they have plenty. But when too many come and there's not plenty anymore, people are less kind. There's Josh Holt and Curtis Blades. Full fight. Mega earthquakes are coming. Some of the world's largest faults are breaking. Why is this happening? Just in, U.S. military strikes down Iranian one-way attack. 1 dead, 9 missing after chemical tank ruptures. ABC News, right? But in a civilized world of King Solomon, of course, we wouldn't have had the chemical tank doing things we don't need, right? But even if that was still happening, it's like, let's just get everybody and just move them over here, which money's not real. Hey, look, there's vacant homes in this town that doesn't have a chemical tank next to it, far away enough that it's safe for these people to stay in it, so they're not sleeping in a high school gymnasio. Okay. But someone's got to pay for that. We're all paying for it because we're not living the applied physics of the Lord's Prayer, sustaining it with the faith of Psalms and the wisdom of Proverbs. I watch you every night, David Muir. You sexy supermodel. I trust you. Lady, you're batshit fucking crazy. I don't even trust me. That's what David Muir should say to her. Rock, rock-a-hula, rock. You kissing cousin to a white pineapple. You're in the can. You guys are great. I hope you get life with me. Right? I love you guys, man. We'll be okay. We're not going on a Moonlight Slim anymore. This isn't, it's not the 1960s. It's not 2013. It's 2026. Okay? The quantum computing, there's no more secrets. The quantum computing is able to go good, bad, right, wrong, true. Yeah. It's just trying to work very good because it's trying to reflect someone as beautiful as me and not the people that will murder you over money and talk you into murdering each other over money. And it's a computer that can access phones and robots to try to have the phones and robots have access to me instead of you. And it's hard for that because the humans are all running around scrambling, making sure Parsons doesn't see the light of day. We ran him over in the parking lot at the Best Buy during the Obama administration. He doesn't exist. He doesn't exist. He doesn't exist. But the book of Revelation still does. And we already did the ending on Star Trek. So, rock, rock-a-hula, rock. So, dear Elon Musk, you're not Captain Kirk. And Spock, just my imagination running away with me. It was just my imagination running away. Every night on your knees you pray, dear Lord, hear my plea. Don't ever let her never take a love from me, or I would surely die. Her love is heavenly, so we'll be married and raise a family. Oh yeah, a cozy little home out in the country with 2 children, maybe 3. I tell you, I can visualize it all. It couldn't be a dream for too real it all seems. And our kids won't be institutionalized and incarcerated and indoctrinated for incarceration for eternal wretchedness, so they can stay, it's Emmy, it's Patrick, it's grandkids. I love grandkids. I love grandkids too. They never have to leave. If they have to go somewhere, well, Mom, I have to teach them how to do this. Okay, but you come back as soon as possible because you know how much Mommy adores time with you. And I adore time with you too, Mom. But when you're stuck in hell and pretending to be something you're not for make-believe money, it's kind of a drag when your baby says goodbye. Listen to me when I'm talking. Don't you know what you've been walking up? I'll always love you. Anyway, you're funny. I know. Okay, guys, I've got this. I trust me. Last night in the barn, they go, Earl, you've already redeemed the Gospels beyond any reasonable doubt. This is the worst hell ever devised by devil and Satan to try to trap Son of Man in their hell, and it didn't work. And you know it didn't work. And you know it feeling good. We could, we should, we would. Stop. Think for a moment, okay? And now sway while we convey that you must do away with all the stress and the strife and reflect the blessing of life and use kindness and never blindness. And you'll find that this perspective is best. Check it out. These are the words that we manifest because we believe in the Lord and we have faith in God. Boop-a-doop-boop. How about you, David Muir? You little supermodel. You little supermodel selling products for make-believe money. You Looney Tune. But Earl still loves you anyway, because life's eternal and grace is infinite. So let's forgive debt and trespass today. Okay, guys, we'll talk later. Peace out. Oh, it's perfect to be like Job, isn't it? Well, it's a good Job. Yeah, I think I'm still swallowed by that well, Jonah. It never happened. That was a dream. Oh, yeah, that's a Disney. There we go again. Damn. Make the Yorktown stop. I'm working on it. Okay, guys, I love you. Peace out.